We'll fire up the coffee pots and get ready to watch some Central States Peewee Major Hockey on the Central States Game of the Week, powered by Stream Sports Midwest. Hello, everyone, and good morning. This is Eric Willowhite along with my partner, Aaron Schellen. And, Aaron, we have a Peewee Major matchup. This is the second game for these two teams in as many days between the host Chicago Bulldogs and the traveling St. Louis Eagles.
Yeah, the Eagles, you come up north, you play a bunch of games over a 48-hour span, and then head home hopefully with some victories. They picked up one the other day, and they lost to this Bulldogs team 3-1 yesterday.
Yeah, 3-1 loss last night. The Eagles actually played two games yesterday, so they started the day playing the Bulldogs. As Aaron mentioned, they were 3-1 losers in that matchup. And then they also played Winnetka later in the day. They lost that game 8-5. So a pair of games on the docket for the Eagles yesterday. And then they're starting off their Sunday morning with another game against the Bulldogs, trying to avenge yesterday's 3-1 loss. As far as where these two teams are in the standings, the Eagles come in 7th place. 7 wins, 9 losses, 2 overtime wins, good for 14 points. And for the Bulldogs, picking up their second win of the season yesterday, currently sitting in 12th place. 2, 9, and 1 overtime loss, good for 5 points on the season. So, again, the Bulldogs kind of getting off the schneid after a while and getting a victory yesterday. They're looking to build on that, and obviously the Eagles, as you mentioned, Aaron, would like to go back home to St. Louis, picking up a victory or two here. Yeah,
Bulldogs snapped an 8-game losing streak with that win over St. Louis yesterday, so you look to get right here over the final, well, we got about 2 full months, right? 2 months and a week left in the regular season, so looking to get right here over the second half of the regular season. And if you're the Eagles, you want to go home with at least one W before you call this weekend complete.
The Eagles will be going from right to left to start things off. They're going to be in their traveling blues with their white and gold trim. And then the host Bulldogs will be going left to right to start off the first period with their white jerseys with blue and black trim on the day. Starting goaltender for St. Louis Eagles is going to be Brody Richardson. He's in net. There's only one goalie for the Bulldogs, and that's going to be Rocco Sanchez. He's taking the net to our left.
There you get a good look at Brody Richardson, and now we'll swing over to the other side and take a look at Rocco as he gets ready to man the net to our left.
A couple fair-sized goaltenders, these two.
Big kids.
Yeah. And we're underway here in the Heartland Ice Arena in Lincolnwood, Illinois. Live Central States Hockey Game of the Week, powered by Stream Sports Midwest. In the near corner go the Eagles, and that's Madigan. He loses possession. Clearing attempt, however, hit the linesman, or official, I should say. They're doing double duty here.
Yes, no orange stripes.
No. I guess there's going to be no penalties then.
Maybe. That would be nice.
Swept away there by Richardson over to the near wall, far wall. Still inside the Eagles zone, however. Going behind the net is Cole Corbett. Centering attempt that goes through the paint up to the near point. And that's dumped down low by Herman. Behind the net, Bulldogs still working it. That one eludes the Bulldogs. That was Nichols. Now the Eagles trying to get it up ice, and they will. Puck knocked free at center ice, back inside the Eagle zone. Cross ice pass over to the near wall. Pushed ahead. Flynn tried to grab it. Now Lehman has it, and he crosses the blue line, dumps it. Looks like he's going to stay on. He looked like he was heading for a change, but now he is. And now he's coming back. Never mind.
He doesn't know what he wants to do.
He wants to play hockey is what he wants to do. Dumped into the Eagle zone. There's going to be an icing call against the Bulldogs with 12:23 to go in our opening period.
A little bit of a feeling out stage here in the first couple of minutes.
Yeah.
Early Sunday morning hockey.
Yeah, I mean, there was one puck through the crease to our right a little bit, but, there hasn't really been anything of significance, at least as of yet. Now the Bulldogs break out. They'll dump it inside the zone. Chasing after it is going to be Caleb Stryker. And now we have a collision in the net. We have 3 players down.
Yeah, Stryker
4.
went hard into the net. He got taken down, and surprised there was no whistle. He got hauled down by an Eagles defender, and they went right into Brody Richardson, and there's still an Eagles player down on the ice, but he's slowly getting to his feet.
Yeah, I think he had the wind knocked out of him or something. Now one of the coaches is coming on the ice to take a look at him. He's a little bit shaken up. It looks like he's going to get helped over to the bench. Let's hope he's going to be okay there. That is
Eli Rutherford, number 33.
Yeah, he's still hunched over there a little bit. Taking his time to get over to the bench area. So we'll keep an eye on Eli there, and hopefully he's able to return, or at least be able to reset after that collision. Face off inside the Eagles zone. Eagles win possession. They clear it out to center. Johnson has it, tries to push it forward, but it's stolen away. And pursuing the puck there nicely is Parker Klukeys. Now that one swung through the paint. Edmondson drops it down low. Goes over to the far corner. Bulldogs get it out to center, lose possession, and dumping it back in is Klukeys, and he's going to chase.
You and I were talking before the game started. Bulldogs have had a difficult year thus far, but this is a team that's won 2 Central States championships. We're checking out the banners here at American Heartland Ice Arena before the game, and this Peewee major team has got 2 Central States titles, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah, 2018, 2019, 2021, 22 seasons. So, but as everything is, there's cycles in these leagues. Puck brought in and now knocked out to center. Melendez will carry for the Bulldogs. He'll skate over to the far wall, but we're going to have an offsides call against Chicago.
Yeah, he skated. Melendez went from his right back to his left, took one too many strides, but one more stride to his left, and that put Nichols in ahead of the play.
So face off along the far wall right in front of the Eagles bench. Melendez wins the draw, and then it's going to be dumped in by Herman. Behind the net, swept up ice. Hagley trying to get it outside the zone, but that one kept in at the far point and then whistled into the near corner. Bulldogs trying to get it on net, out to center. Herman back in his own zone. They'll work a give and go. And now they get it up to Corbett. Dumped in, however, by Hagley. Hagley will take care of the near point here. And then a shot, and a stick save, and he lost his stick. Did Rocco Sanchez, but he made a beauty of a save.
Blocker and glove, and there was enough on that shot to knock the stick out of his hand. He's got to go back and get it now.
He's still without it. And now the Eagles dump it in, which is the smart play. Now the defenseman is going to go back and get the stick.
Yeah, he saw Melendez pointing over towards his stick, and Max Wilk went and grabbed it for him.
So now we're going to get a penalty along the near wall. That shot fired off. It's going to be a cross-checking call.
Yeah, you saw that in the bottom right-hand corner. The official throwing the cross-checking signal. It'll be against the Bulldogs. And got the penalty box right here in front of us, so you can see young Cole Corbett down in that box.
So Corbett in the box for cross-checking, 2-minute penalty. 9:54 to go here in the opening period. The faceoff will be to the right of Rocco Sanchez. But yeah, Aaron, some anxious moments there for Chicago as Sanchez did not have his stick.
You never like seeing your goalie without all of his equipment.
No. Zuschel passes it over to the far circle. Now the puck comes all the way over to the near wall. Cross-ice pass. Oh, that one.
No, it's in.
It did go in. I thought it went behind, but tucking it in there was Kane Sell. So Kane Sell gets the opening goal of this game on the power play.
Yeah, on the back door, that was a pretty pass, and The deflection into the net, it wasn't a clean deflection, but he got enough of it to tap it past Rocco Sanchez and give his team a 1-0 lead.
And the Eagles, and now another play, cross-ice pass coming in, shot, score! It's Sell again. Sell has his second goal in about 5-6 seconds.
Yeah, number 88. First name is Kane, and he wears number 88.
That's
He's got
interesting.
2 goals in about 6 seconds, and the Eagles are up 2-0, and that one was a no-doubter. That was a roof job underneath the crossbar over the glove of Rocco Sanchez.
Okay, you have to wonder, Aaron, his name is Kane. He wears 88,
Sure.
but he's from the St. Louis area.
That's a good point. That is a very good point.
Yeah. Here's Coleman back in, cross-ice pass. And that shot flutters high. That was Sherwood. Sell throws it down low again. Bulldogs trying to clear, unable to. Zuschel. Oh, and then missing right between the circles there was Lehman. Graham Lehman. Now out to center. Here's Melendez. Melendez, a one-on-one. Splits a pair of defenders now, but loses the handle. Corbett picks it up. Puck loose. Stuff attempt by the far post was denied, and it comes back out to center. Now chasing after it is going to be Chuck Kleider. Kleider throws it up ice, kept in at the far point, however, by Klukeys. Another shot. That one fought off by Sanchez. Up ice, Nichols. Nice spin and turn to Melendez, who's going to dump and chase. Melendez after it, but getting there first is Zuschel. Zuschel with a nice spin move to elude Melendez. Eagles get it out. Here's Donnelly. Donnelly. He has Klukeys to his right, fighting off a defender, and then threw it on net. Sanchez able to make the save. Melendez behind his own net. Over to the far wall where Nichols will take it and push it out to center.
Sanchez used his right pad on the near post. It's not something you see every day to make that kick save.
A shot on net, save made. Oh, and then a drive-by, just missing connection. Were the Eagles there? Melendez will pick it up. And then back out to center, here's Corbett. Cole Corbett into the zone. Taking it wide, tough angle shot, and able to fall on it. That was tricky for Brody Richardson.
It got stuck under the right pad of Richardson, but a good shot from Cole Corbett to put that thing on net, looking for either a rebound or maybe a deflection off one of those pads.
So face off to the left of Brody Richardson.
Been an exciting game so far.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Sell with a pair of goals in about 5-6 seconds. Now Johnson tries to throw it on net. Does not get there. Edmondson will circle for the Eagles and throw it over to the near boards. Johnson with the keeper and unable to, but he gains possession. Now he'll throw it over to the far wall. And that's going to be carried inside the zone by Johan Kim. Back out. Johnson. Caro, now Kim with the dump in. The Bulldogs will have to chase. Eagles gain possession first. Over to the near wall. Pass picked out by Kim. Now Caro dumps it down low. No white jersey there yet. And over to Flynn for the Eagles. Back to Flynn. Now he'll push it ahead and change sides where Edmondson will pick it up for the Eagles. Bulldogs doing a good job of keeping it in the zone, or not getting anything on net, but getting some zone time, and now the puck comes out to center. It's going to go all the way down. No icing, though, as I believe that was touched up by Johnson first. Off the referee's leg. Still inside the zone. Bulldogs get it out to center. That one dumped down, however, by Hagley. And he'll go into the zone. Smith. Near point. Oh, what a pass, but poked away by Sanchez. Smith just laid that one softly right to the streaking Eagles player. Now Sherwood brings it in, top of the near circle shot. Glove save made by Sanchez. That one was ticketed to that far post.
Yeah, Coleman just came in from the back door on that last possession, and you were expecting that wrist shot from the near point, but good ice vision to make the cross-ice pass.
Backhander on net. Sanchez makes the save, and he holds on. Sanchez actually played pretty well here. He's been under some duress of recent vintage, but save for Kane Sell, he's played very strong game so far. 8 shots for the visitors, 3 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, I mean, 2 goals allowed. One was on a backdoor tip. Not much you could do about that. And then the other one was a roof job. It's hard to blame Rocco Sanchez for either one of those.
Sanchez covers up, and then he gives a nice tap to the Eagles player in the paint. Stay out of my crease. Thank you very much. Face off to the left of Rocco Sanchez. Bulldogs win the draw. The Eagles throw it. Oh, that puck jutted out for a moment as that puck was sent from the near wall, near corner.
Sanchez did a nice job tracking it. Once it hit his stick, he was able to see it all the way and get the big mid on it.
Between the circles, Nichols tries to get it out. Coleman keeps it in. Over to the far wall. Still inside the zone. Now the Bulldogs get it out. Tried to backhand it up the ice. That was Max Wilk, unable to do so, but now it's dumped in. And Wilk will head for a change. Zuschel tries to get it up ice. Going over to the near corner. Oh, nice pushback there from Corbett. But the Eagles gain possession.
It's been a good line for the Bulldogs. Melendez, Nichols, and Corbett.
Coleman skating around, splitting a pair of defenders, but he got too wide. And now the puck is loose between the circles. Melendez carries and gets it up ice. That was some slick stick handling there from Coleman. Lehman will dump it in. Who's going to get there first? And it's Trenton Johnson. But now the Eagles. Zuschel tries to wind up. He fanned on it. Then he throws it down low, goes behind the net. Look out for that near corner, and that one sailed high on a whistler there from Klukeys. Play along the far wall. Melendez going after it. Klukeys in pursuit on the near side. Lehman keeps it in, tries to dump it down low, but it's pushed out by the Bulldogs as they head for change. Here's Klukeys. Klukeys stick handling. Gets around Melendez. Tries to throw it towards the net, but that was blocked. Lehman with the keeper. He'll send it down low, steered into the far corner by Sanchez. End-to-end action here.
I've been really impressed at both teams, actually. Not trying to do too much with the puck, especially when they get at the point there. They'll just turn and dump it back in. I like what I'm seeing. Not a lot of... They're not rushing with the puck, and you see that a lot at some of the younger levels, trying to maybe not do too much, but just unsure of what to do with it when they get it. And here both teams pretty confident in just that, you get it up high, put it back down low.
We got an offsides against the Bulldogs there as Johan Kim was skating a little diagonally, trying to cut into that zone. He was going from his left to his right, and Carroll got in ahead of the plate. Now here come the Eagles. Eagles, oh, nice toe drag, score!
It was Donnelly, Adam Donnelly.
Wow. Oh, there's that wow.
There's that wow. That toe drag, that was pretty. Got a little bit of space.
Yeah.
And went top corner to make it 3-0.
So 3-0 Eagles. Pretty goal there by Adam Donnelly. And it's a 3-0 lead for the visitors here. Still have 2:50 to go in the opening period. Shots now 11-3 in favor of the Eagles. And taking the draw was Klukeys. Valdez had it. Now Klukeys tried to stuff it on net, and Sanchez was able to stop it. There was a last-minute poke there from Klukeys that I think Sanchez took exception to, but cooler heads prevail.
I mean, the Eagles, they lost to the Bulldogs 3-1 yesterday. You can see that they come out with a little bit more aggression here today, as they don't want to walk out of here with 2 L's.
And actually, they did whistle Klukeys.
That's Connolly.
Or Connolly? Okay.
He's 2/3 of the way to the Gordie Howe hat trick.
Hopefully it stays there.
Well, what we refer to as
Yeah.
the Gordie Howe hat trick in youth hockey, since he can't fight.
Yeah.
He's got the goal and the penalty here in the first period.
Yeah. So this is a timely power play for the Bulldogs. They need to get one, or at least get some offense generated. Even if they don't score, they need some strong possession time here. Looking for a goal. Fanning on it. And now goes behind the net. Eagles look to dump it outside the zone. They will. Rutherford, cross-ice pass. And back in. Oh, did not connect. Sanchez, I think, was able to get a stick on it, kind of poke it forward a little bit. Edmondson will dump it down low. There's Madigan chasing after it for the Eagles. This is shorthanded time. Sanchez had to fire that one off. Rutherford with a shot that sails high. Deflected down.
I think it hit the referee behind the net.
I think that's like the 3rd time the ref has been hit.
Uh-huh.
Here's Nichols. Centering attempt.
Oh.
It was too in tight to Corbett. He tried to guide it, but it was in tight. Good idea, though. Now between the circles, flip shot. That goes behind the net. Corbett will circle and regroup. Corbett on the rush, stuff attempt, and a save made by Brody Richardson. We haven't called Richardson's name too often here over the last few shifts, but he's able to make a nice save there on the penalty kill.
I like that offensive set by the Bulldogs, that triangle in that far corner. Able to get a couple of clean looks with a player skating right down in between the dots, that feed from below the red line, Gretzky's office, so to speak, and finding that cutter and a couple of really clean looks.
Eagles able to get the puck out to center. And now the Bulldogs will have to regroup behind their own net. 23 seconds on the power play. A minute left in the first period. 3-0 lead for the Eagles. That Flynn was in ahead of the play offside. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off here with 58 seconds to go and 18 on the power play for the Bulldogs. It'll be at center ice. Okay.
Oh, okay.
All right. It'll be Coleman and Nichols on the draw. Won by the Bulldogs. Johnson. Stolen. Far wall. That's Smith. And then a player goes down.
Smith using that size and just walking through the defense to take the puck away, and we're going to get a penalty called on St. Louis here.
Interference.
It's going to be interference, and it's going to be on Carter Flynn. But Eric, you didn't see it because you were watching the play. But Flynn was the one who went down here behind us, and the Bulldogs skater had lost his stick, and Flynn pushed the stick away as he went to pick it up. So he interfered with the stick, not necessarily the player.
Still a penalty.
Still a penalty, so he'll go to the box. So it's a 2-man advantage for 6 seconds.
46 seconds in the period. Oh, Eagles winning an important draw there. That'll kill off one of the man advantage. But they'll ice the puck. And they'll have a minute 52 remaining on the penalty to Flynn, but only 37 seconds in the period. So this is where winning the draw is important here for Nichols to set up this offense. Parker Klukeys battling Nichols. Wilt tapped it. Kim will dump it down low. Nichols trying to dig it out. Nice job there. Pinning it up against the wall, however, was Madigan. Oh, sweeping it, trying to tuck it in, and it goes in on the second effort. First shot was stopped, but the second one on the follow-through goes in. And if he eventually turns his jersey, I'll get to see the number. Nope.
It's Corbett. It's Corbett, number 3. Yeah,
Okay.
you know, and I talked about that power play. You get a couple of people attacking from both the blue line and from the top of the circles, but then the other option, and this is what Corbett did here, is he just came out from below the red line, put 2 or 3 whacks on goal, and was finally able to get one to go. So a very good power play. I like what I'm seeing from this Bulldogs power play.
So they scored with 15 seconds remaining in the period. So they get one of those 3 goals back and have a little momentum heading into the second. Now, horn sounding, ending the first period. And we'll take our period break with the Eagles leading the Bulldogs 3-1 here on the Central States Game of the Week. Yeah. 3-1 Eagles over the Bulldogs as we head into the second period. First period goal scorers for the Eagles. Kane Sell with a pair of goals, including a power play goal. And then Adam Donnelly gave the Eagles a 3-0 lead, but towards the end of the period with 15.8 seconds left, a power play goal for Cole Corbett of the Bulldogs. And it's 3-1. That's where we stand. Sherwood.
That next goal is important, right? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, it's cliche about the most dangerous lead in hockey, but you know, if the Bulldogs can get another one after picking up a goal in the final seconds of the first period, get a lot of that momentum back, and if you're the Eagles, you pick up that 4th goal, and whatever momentum the Bulldogs had, you take away from them.
That 2-goal thing is real, though. I
agree.
Watched the Blackhawks game just the other night against the Kraken. They had a 2-0 lead, and it evaporated, and they lost 3-2 in the final minute. I know the St. Louis fans are really unhappy about that.
As a Bruins fan, I'm all too familiar with late game losses as well.
Sherwood will carry it in on the left side, throws it towards the net, but that goes into the near corner. Trying to move that puck out of there is Henry Herman. Now Herman regains possession, but getting a stick on it and slowing it down is Donnelly.
You know, we do have one of the members of our broadcasting team is a St. Louis Blues fan.
Who is that?
Joe Williamson.
Is he?
Yep.
Okay.
Joe's family is from St. Louis. He is a diehard Blues fan.
Okay.
It's why I took it. It's why it was so long before I would hire him.
That's right. Inside the zone, the Bulldogs, but Eagles able to regain possession as Zuschel will carry it up ice. Zuschel, I like that name. Dump down low. Max Wilk. Oh! That was just How are we calling a penalty there?
Who's it going to be on? Because Wilk delivered the puck, and I think the hitter is the one who's going to end up going to the box. It's the St. Louis Eagles player who's down. That was a wicked collision right next to the net. Wilk delivered the puck. Eagles skater ran into Wilk. He got by far the worst of it. And when it's all said and done, he's probably going to be in the, either he or his replacement will be in the penalty box.
Yeah, he got shaken up there. And I don't think, that puck just came out quickly from behind the net there.
Yep.
I don't think the intention was for that to happen. It's just that contact there. And unfortunately, he absorbed the most of it. But, yeah, that penalty will most likely
I don't know.
go against the Eagles.
I think he got the wind knocked out of him because he's up. He's
Yeah.
laying on his side now. Yeah, he bounced right back up. So I think he just got the wind knocked out of him. But
Yeah,
he went down hard, immediately took the helmet off, but he's skating to the bench now, kind of under his own strength, and I think he'll be all right.
well, that's
Sell. It's Kane Sell. It's 88. Yeah.
so Kane Sell will head to the bench. Now that's 2 Eagles players, and he's actually going to head.
Yeah,
to
he's
going
to
to
go to the box, so he's gonna hang in there. Tough kid.
He's actually got the blonde hair.
He looks like a hockey player, doesn't he?
Yeah.
You see him without his helmet on, and this kid,
he's got to get his helmet.
He's got the hair shaved on the side. Let's see if I can get a good look here at Kane Sell. Kid just looks like a hockey player. He really does.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the penalty box, though, for 2 minutes, probably for interference, I would imagine the call would be.
Yeah, they haven't put it on the board yet, but we're getting that updated as we speak. It's 3-1 Eagles, 12:06 to go in the second period. This will be the second power play, however, for the Bulldogs. And there's the penalty on the board for Sell.
I didn't see the official call from the referee, but I'm assuming interference.
Yeah, that typically has been the call du jour in this league.
Yeah.
You know, when in doubt.
Well, right. I mean, you can call checking because it's not allowed, but usually it goes in the books as an interference penalty.
So the face-off will be to the right of Brody Richardson. It's Nichols on the draw. There's that Nichols-Melendez-Corbett line.
Yep.
Will go with a nice spin move, but he lost an edge. Now Nichols behind the net. Rubbed off the play there, but Melendez is there for support, and now dropping down low is Wilk. Wilk stick handles, has it poked away.
And you can see the Eagles more aggressive on the PK here in the second period, not letting the Bulldogs get set up.
That puck's going to be cleared out. Carried out the center by Madigan, and then he'll just roll it forward where Max Wilk will circle again. Wilk with some slippery skating ability there. He gets the puck back, throws it on net, save made, and holding on is Brody Richardson. Wow.
Nice little give and go there from Wilk and Melendez.
Yeah.
And that was a nice little snapshot from Wilk. He was on his opposite side. He had to turn his body, but was able to get a lot on that wrist shot, and that was a nice left toe save made by Brody Richardson.
So face off to the left now of Richardson. Draw one by the Bulldogs. Thrown on net, does not get there. Now Corbett gets it and stuffs it in. And Cole Corbett with his second game, his second goal, his second power play goal. And it's 3-2 Eagles.
Yep. Talked about momentum. Hockey is a game of momentum. And 3-0 Eagles. Bulldogs get a goal towards the end of the first period on a power play. Get another power play goal here. And we got a hockey game, Eric. 3-2.
That we do. A long way to go in this one. 11:14 to go in the second period. And the Bulldogs just cut their deficit to 1. They trail 3-2. A power play goal for Cole Corbett at the end of the first period. And then a power play goal for Cole Corbett here towards the beginning of the second period to cut his team's gap to 1. Now carrying it in the ice are the Eagles, losing the handle, however. And that one fired hard. And making a nice glove save is Rocco Sanchez.
Parker Kluke's just sort of turned and hammered the puck towards net. And I think it was tumbling when it reached Sanchez, but Rocco able to glove it down.
Far corner. Bulldogs dig it out. Out to center. Good back checking there from Kluke's. Donnelly. Donnelly along the near wall tried to stuff it outside the zone, but Wilk was there spinning and dumping it down low.
Wilk's pretty slick on those skates, Eric.
He really is. He likes that pirouette, too. Inside the zone. This is Kluke's. Far corner, loses the handle. Bulldogs try and gain possession. They will with Corbett. Corbett, area pass over to Nichols. Nichols goes down, no call.
Thought we might see an arm go up there, but already 2 penalties called on the Eagles. Chances are the next one is going on the Bulldogs. That's just the way it works.
Donnelly got that puck between the wickets of Wilk, but Wilk did a good job of standing up just inside the blue line to prevent the pursuit. Now Kluke's. Wilk with the stick lift. Man, he's putting on a clinic out
Yeah,
here.
here in the second period.
Oh, that one. I thought that one got through the wickets. But covering up and making the save and holding on is Rocco Sanchez. Man, we've had some action.
We could see 5-hole from here. You could see the net through his 5-hole here, and he was able to get that right pad over just enough to knock it down in front of him.
This could come down to, with the game now, a 1-goal game, a big goalie save here or there could be the difference. Sherwood fires it towards the net off the draw, and it goes over into the far corner. Now behind the net, Sell back on the ice. That's good to see. He's regained his faculties. Stuff shot does not get through. Sell has the puck swept off his stick over to the near wall. Out to center. Bulldogs losing possession with Stryker. Little give and go between the Eagles and the Bulldogs there along the far wall. Johnson loses an edge. Sherwood regains for the Eagles. Centering attempt, Sanchez tried to fall on it, and now it's picked up by Caro, Marcus Caro, carrying the mail in. He had the puck knocked off right at the blue line, so the Bulldogs had to regroup out the center. Here's Johan Kim, circles. Spins it over to the far wall. Eagles get it out the center. Here's Johnson. Johnson, area pass. Nobody in the area but Sell. Sell now back inside his own zone. Cross ice pass to Lehman. Lehman spinning. Far wall. Up ice they go. Good transition here for the Eagles. And a shot or pass, take your pick there, but it's stuffed and intercepted by Rocco Sanchez, and he holds on.
Told you the next penalty would be on the Bulldogs. There's going to be a slashing call there.
Oh, he did the interference again, I think, though.
On the Bulldogs.
Oh, we'll see again. No, it is slash. Yeah, you're
slashing,
right. Yeah.
It's going to be on Johnson.
Yep. So Johnson to the box. Power play time for the Eagles. This is their second power play. And again, Kane Sell, first goal of the game was on the power play. And he's got a pair.
And both the Bulldogs goals have been on the power play as well.
And one of the officials down in the defensive zone.
Yeah.
It's like, why is no one joining me? Because it's a power play. Eagles take possession of the draw, and it goes in right off the face-off.
Madigan, I think.
I think it was Gavin Madigan.
Number 5, just coming in from a bad angle and got a lot on it, and somehow that found its way through.
So a power play goal, our third power play goal of the game, and the Eagles regain that 2-goal advantage.
Power play, man, has been huge in this game.
Yeah.
6 goals in the game, 4 have been on the man advantage. That came 3 seconds into the penalty.
4 power play goals. Here's Corbett, who has 2 of the power play goals. Flynn had the puck knocked off. Corbett tries to dump it out, and it's brought immediately in offsides by the Eagles. So we'll have a neutral zone face-off right in front of the Eagles bench on the far wall.
Eli Rutherford tried to keep that puck in, but
it's good effort.
Yeah. Hustle in from that far point, but wasn't able to do it.
Slip one past the referee. Corbett kind of cut through there, knocking the Eagles player off the puck. Backhand attempt to get it outside the zone by Chuck Kleider is not successful, still in the zone. Now Melendez tried to get a piece of it. Kleider gets it up ice to Nichols. Nichols loses the handle, and then it goes out to center. Here's Corbett. Corbett throws it on net, steered aside by Richardson into the near corner. Centering attempt.
Ooh,
wow.
That deflected off of the defenseman for the Eagles. And I think it was Jake Smith.
Yeah.
And almost snuck inside that near post. But
it was actually Edmondson, but either way, yeah, exactly. But good thing for Richardson to have those pads locked up against that near post. Eagles try and get it out to center. They will. Inside the zone. Good defensive play there by Johnson to take possession for the Bulldogs, but Eagles get it back right between the circle and glove save. Klukees was robbed.
Oh, my. Candidate for save of the year right there, Rocco Sanchez. Throwing the leather around. What an amazing save.
Right between the circles, Klukees just fired that one, and Sanchez with the snap of the glove and the save. Wow. Here's Smith, tries to dump it on net. That went off the skate of Corbett. Centering attempt stuffed out of there. Bulldogs get it out to center. Here is Wilk. Wilk carrying the mail all the way into the Eagles zone. He gets double teamed. Smith will take possession for the Eagles. And now Wilk takes down Smith. No call. That's a more extracurricular activity.
Some action behind the play for sure.
Eagles inside the zone. Cross ice pass that does not get through, as the Bulldogs do a good job of preventing that cross ice pass. Now Corbett loses the handle. Smith in on the play.
I still can't get over that save.
It's
unbelievable.
We talked about, now granted, they're trailing by 2, but that was a huge save. If they wind up tying or winning that game, remember that one. Up ice.
So I put together, at the end of every week, I put together highlights for Central State's, the games of the week. And I think that one's going to have its own special highlight.
Yeah. That's to have like a border around it, all sorts of special effects.
Usually my highlights feature goals, or if a goalie, plays a good game, I'll show a handful of his saves, but that one deserves its own highlight, I think. That was amazing.
Yeah. So hats off to Rocco Sanchez.
All right, I'm good now.
Okay. Zuschel inside his zone. Stick handles trying to get it up ice. Sell will carry the mail out to center. Kane Sell with 2 goals. Between the circle, Coleman fires in another glove save. An after effect snap. That doesn't count, but it's still nice. Rocco Sanchez.
Yeah, Rocco's got a pretty solid glove. And I'm okay even on those easy ones to have a little bit of flair. You and I, we're both goalie guys. We both love goalies. They're just a very unique breed and
different breed. You have to be to face a barrage of vulcanized rubber pucks. Kim with the turnaround, and there's a nice save made by Brody Richardson.
Yeah, Kim, the puck got in a little deep on him, and by the time he played it, he was sort of out wide, but another nice save by a goalie here this morning.
Cross ice pass, Kim, puck deflects off his stick. Zuschel up ice to Sell. Nice tap pass, but unable to corral it was Coleman. And now the Bulldogs will dump it back in. 4:44 to go here in the second period. It's 4-2 lead for the Bulldogs. Here's Kane Sell. Gets it between Wilk. Sell, stick handling. And then he kind of ran out of real estate there. And now Wilk recovers.
And these are some impressive 12Us right here.
Yeah.
They really are.
This is why this is Peewee Major. Here's Zuschel, near point, throwing it over to the far point. Lehman on net, doesn't get through. Good battle there with Johnson. And dumped out to center. This might go down for icing, I believe. No, waved off. 4:07 to go. 4-2 lead for the Eagles here in the second period. Madigan with the hurry. Centering pass goes through all the way over to the far wall. Eagles still have possession, however. Lehman from the far point throws it on net. And covering up and making the faceoff sprawling And then do a nice little stick tap there on Madigan.
All right, pad save by Rocco Sanchez on that shot from the point.
This has been some high-octane action.
It really has. For an early Sunday morning game, it's certainly woken me up, which has been nice. Because there's not enough coffee in the world, man.
Spinning move there, but not on net. There's a shot sails high over the crossbar. Another shot sails high, goes into the near corner. Madigan trying to dig it out. Bulldogs get possession. They'll hit the center. It's Corbett. Corbett throws it in. It went off of Edmondson. Now he's trying to circle and find it, but getting it back is Melendez. He spins out of trouble. Tries to get it over to the near point, and Kleider. Kleider pinches in, keeps it in the zone. And you see Corbett doing a good job of circling back to the point as I'm pointing to it, and the viewers can't see me pointing.
No helping his D, though, getting back defensively.
Madigan between the circle, stick handles, doesn't get the shot off. Good job defensively there. I think that was Johnson again. Yep. He's done a nice job as well. Seeing some good defensive play. Even though it's a 4-2 game, we're still seeing some solid defensive play on both sides. Now the puck dumped back into the Bulldog zone with 2.5 minutes remaining in the second period. A 4-2 lead for the Eagles. The Bulldogs had cut it to 1, 3-2, but a power play goal from Gavin Madigan extended the 2-goal lead for the Eagles.
3 seconds into that power play. Didn't take long.
Here's Kleider into the zone. Kluke's gave him a hard time, and now Kluke's comes up with the puck. Throws it forward to Donnelly. Cross-ice pass to Valdez. Back to Donnelly. Couldn't tap it in. There was a wide-open net.
Yeah, healed it.
Begley. That puck is knocked out. It might be, no hand pass. Out front, big stop made by Sanchez. Man, he's made a slew of those in this second period. Otherwise, this could be a 4-goal lead for the Eagles.
Got that left pad out on the one-timer, and some of these Eagles opportunities have been, that's exactly what you draw up, right? A backdoor one-timer against a goalie moving the other direction, but Sanchez holding that line.
They still have the music going.
It's cosmic hockey, Eric.
Oh, and that one gets in. It was just lofted in.
Yeah, Smith from the point through some traffic. And what was a 1-goal game is now a 3-goal game yet again. So the Eagles have taken that momentum back. It's 5-2.
Jake Smith gets the goal, and he did the nice arm fold pose there afterwards as his team celebrated around him.
Hey, sometimes, we say this in almost every broadcast, put the puck on the net, good things happen. And Smith just from that near point found its way between the blocker and the body of Rocco Sanchez.
And that's the thing with hockey. We saw like some real hardcore saves to our right there. But as you mentioned, Aaron, throwing it to the net, you never know if there's traffic or a deflection, and that one goes in for Smith. 5-2, Eagles lead with 1:21 to go in the second period. Eagles trying to get back in the win column here after a pair of losses yesterday, including to these Bulldogs. Here's Corbett, he fires it. Oh, that went off the shin of Begley. He's in some distress there. Hagley, I should say. Kluke's tried to gather it up. Comes back out to center. Here's Hagley. Now he's skating okay. He's got a little...
A hitch in his giddy-up?
Hitch in his giddy-up. And Corbett, man, he fired that shot. And that was absorbed by Hagley's shin. Eagles dig it out. There's 34 seconds remaining. Far wall. Now Corbett. Corbett, cross-ice pass, missing connection with Nichols. Into the zone goes Zuschel. Back to Zuschel in the near corner. Throwing it to the far wall to Lehman. Now Valdez. Backhands it, tries to backhand it outside the zone, but it's kept in by Corbett. And Corbett loses the handle. Up ice goes Valdez, and he tries to take it wide, kind of throws Wilk's stick off to the side as time winds down here in the second period. So what started as a 3-1 lead for the Eagles heading into the first period increases to 5-2 as we go to the break. Third period action about to get underway here at the Heartland Ice Arena in Lincolnwood, Illinois. It is the St. Louis Eagles with a 5-2 lead heading into the third over the Chicago Bulldogs. In that third period, Cole Corbett cut the deficit to 3-2. Alders with a shot that goes over into the near corner. But then two unanswered goals by the Eagles gave them a 5-2 lead. First one coming from Gavin Madigan on the power play. And then Jake Smith with a late goal to give the Eagles that 3-goal advantage. Here's Melendez. Fires it high, and that one, oh, I thought it was gloved down. Yeah, it is.
No, it went over the crossbar. Yep. I've been impressed with Jeremiah Melendez, number 1 for the Bulldogs.
Herman fires that on net, never gets there, however, as Edmondson got in front of that one. Now, Nichols tried to grab it from behind and do the stuff on the near post, but getting there in time was Richardson. Centering attempt is loose. A couple players go down. Play on. Here's Coleman. Coleman for the Eagles. Skates it inside the zone. Tries to fire it. Does not get through. And then out to center we go. Corbett. Cole Corbett finds Nichols. Nichols, pair of defenders, he'll just throw it towards the net and then chase after it and swing it over to the near wall. Herman is there, but the Eagles will get there first and get it out to center. Henry Herman will dump it back in. And Rutherford now will backhand it over to the far wall. It's going to be played by Zuschel. To Flynn. Flynn backhands it down low. Zuschel will have to circle back. Out to center. Henry Herman taps it but loses possession to Hagley. And a glove save made by Sanchez. 11:58, 5-2 lead for the visiting St. Louis Eagles.
It's our last game before Thanksgiving. I think we've done 30 or 35 Central States games of the week so far, with a bunch more upcoming.
Yeah, as you mentioned, once we get past Thanksgiving here, it'll be about 2 full months of regular season games and then on to the playoffs.
Yep. January 31st, February 2nd, February 7th and 8th, I believe are the dates for the playoffs.
Stryker throws it on net. That's steered aside, however, by Richardson. Up ice, go the Eagles. So one and done for the Bulldogs there, and the Eagles go the other way. Cross ice pass. Shot, save made by Madigan.
The glove again by Rocco Sanchez. This one popped out of his glove, but he was able to cover it up.
And we're going to get a forward line change for the Eagles. With the offensive zone draw, face off to the left of Rocco Sanchez. The Kluke's on the draw for the Eagles, and Johnson will not take the draw. It'll be Kim for the Bulldogs. On that one sticked aside by Sanchez.
Those shots right off the face-off as a goalie, you got to be ready to go. And Sanchez was with the right pad.
Stryker was looking for a cross-ice pass. He kind of fanned on it, and now here comes Baldes going the other way. Baldes tried to split a pair of defenders. Puck is loose. Kluke's got a piece of it.
We got a skater down to our right. Stryker is down on the ice here for the Bulldogs. He was taken down behind the play, and there was no call, and he stayed down. He's up now, but there was some physical activity behind the play.
Yeah, he had lost possession. He tried to do a cross-ice pass. He kind of fanned on it, and then the puck was taken away, and then in that after effect is probably when the contact happened.
Yeah, he got tangled up with an Eagles defender behind the play, and he got tossed to the ground, and he's all right. He's back on the bench.
Shots are 24-13 in favor of the visiting Eagles. And more importantly for the Eagles on the big scoreboard, it's 5-2. Here's Melendez. You mentioned Melendez has played a very solid game as well. We've called his name several times. And here he has the puck now. Skating around Kluke's. Melendez carrying it in the zone with some speed. Tried to stick handle around a defender. Puck is loose. Stuff attempt. Down and out is Richardson. But they're going to say he covered it up in time, and now we get a fracas, if you will, to the right.
Yeah, Melendez, the hard drive towards the net, and I think everybody was expecting him to shoot, and the puck just sort of drifted off of his stick.
Yeah.
So everybody just sort of watched the puck go through the paint, kind of slow motion, and you had both Nichols and Corbett on the backside, and neither of them could stuff it home, and now Nichols and Kluke's are in the box for
coincidental
roughing.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah, it was the arm went out to the side. I guess technically that's
roughing.
That's roughing. Yeah.
So pair of roughing minors for Kluke's and Nichols. Each team will remain at 5 aside, 5 skaters aside. That implies the goalie can't skate, though.
They certainly can.
Coleman out to center. Here's Herman. Herman tries to dump it in. Eagles and Coleman trying to get it back out, and they do. Henry Herman taps it forward and finds Corbett. Corbett with a nice move to avoid pressure and dumps it down low. 3-goal deficit here for the Bulldogs, so you really need to start putting some pucks on net, and they have. Just haven't been able to convert. Here's Corbett in the near corner. Centering it, hits the side of the net, and the Eagles gain possession.
It was a good pass by Kim. Corbett just not able to control the puck and had to take a shot from below the red line.
Hagley had the puck picked from his pocket, but then he grabbed it back. That one sailed high. And Sanchez had the stick up. Sometimes that's dangerous. Could deflect it into your own net, but no danger there as Rutherford gathers it for the Eagles. And a cross-ice pass. Between the circle was Sherwood. He loses the handle, but Coleman does a nice job of regaining possession. Now here's Sherwood coming in, and Sanchez made a save.
That left shoulder save made by Sanchez up over the crossbar.
Good job by Rutherford to get that puck to Sherwood. And now we have some contact in front of the net, and we have a whistle. And what are we calling?
Not sure. Just a neutral zone face-off, I guess.
Okay. Face-off in the neutral zone, as Aaron mentioned. It is won by the Bulldogs and Wilk. Max Wilk, stick handling in. Trying to get around a maze of defenders, and he does. It gets a shot off. Good effort by Wilk. We talked about his skating ability.
Yep. He was surrounded by 4 blue jerseys and was still able to get everything on that wrist shot, just got underneath it a little bit. I'm looking down in the penalty box. They have a rolling chair. He's sitting on a rolling chair.
I see that.
In the penalty box. You don't see that every day.
No.
I got to get you just got to see this. Oh,
Shot
almost
on
missed
net.
a goal. I got it.
That one was absorbed there by Richardson, and he holds on.
All right, let's see if we can get him,
Yeah.
get his rolling chair. There he is, sitting on a rolling chair. You don't see that very often.
No.
I like it.
I wonder if it's some sort of psychological strategy because they don't have one in the home
No.
penalty box.
I mean, there are benches in the penalty box.
True.
I guess it's just more comfortable to sit on a,
Yeah.
padded rolling chair, I guess.
Maybe they create like a false sense of security and comfort. You get back on the ice, you're lackadaisical.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I could see that.
I'm not taking a stab at something there. But
Right.
Yeah, it is interesting he's done that. Herman with the keeper throws it over to the far wall, and Edmondson will have to pick that up for the Eagles. Gets it out to center. Madigan. Nice job defensively there by Henry Herman to rub Madigan off the play, but it's still inside the Bulldog zone for the moment. Out to center. This one might go down for icing. I believe it will. And we'll have an icing call against the Bulldogs as we're coming up on 8 minutes remaining. 8:09 in the third period. 5-2 is your score in favor of the Eagles. The Bulldogs have cut that shot gap a little bit. They're within 9, 26-17. And that kind of tracks from some of the action we've had to our right.
Yeah.
Herman will go off to the bench. Corbett deflects it up to the far point. Lehman will dump it down low for the Eagles. Losing an edge there was Baldez. He's back on his skates. Here's Donnelly behind the net. Donnelly. Far point, Zuschel. Circle it down low, but it's stolen. There's that man, Max Wilk. Wilk throws it towards the net, maybe looking for a partial deflection there off of Zuschel. Backhanded out by Baldez. He'll find Donnelly. Donnelly 1-on-2. Takes it wide, and it goes over. His shot goes to the near corner where Baldez will track it down. Throwing it back over to Donnelly. Melendez moves it forward. Klukeys was there to keep it in for the moment. And now the Bulldogs go the other way. Thrown into the zone by Nichols. Behind the net, Zuschel will circle back. Donnelly, I think, just got enough to push it out to center. And then Johnson will dump it back in. Lehman. Lehman spins. Back up to Baldez. Baldez been out there a while. Now Klukeys. Klukeys. Nice defensive play by Johnson, but Baldez picks up the loose change, and then he loses the handle, gets it back, throws it behind the net. Backhander and a score! That one tucked in by Adam Donnelly. That's his second of the game, and it's 6-2.
A nice play by the Eagles, working the puck behind the net, and then Donnelly jumped out in front and just put the backhander past Rocco Sanchez.
So 6-2 is the score. That's our first goal of the third period, and a 4-goal advantage for the Eagles. So they'll come away here, unless a dramatic turn of events, they'll turn around that 3-1 loss they had to the Bulldogs yesterday and pick up the victory here this morning. Sherwood pushes it ahead. Now, Eagles will have to regroup.
Heady play by Sell there to wait for his line mates to get back on side before clearing it in.
That was a leisurely zone exit.
Yes.
Sell had to wait a while.
He certainly did. But that made it that much more impressive. It's
right.
hard to stay kind of within yourself for that amount of time with the puck on your stick.
Especially when you're sitting one goal away from a Hattie, too.
there's that.
Come on, clear the zone. Inside the zone, the Bulldogs backhander that goes through the crease. Good
Striker.
puck carry there.
Caleb Stryker on that move and backhand that just went wide.
Now cross ice pass the Eagles. Inside the zone, spin move, Sell, knocked down.
Yep.
Oh, gonna get the cross check.
Yeah, gonna get Wilk for the cross check there. Maybe not a lot, but it was in the right place, right? I mean, sometimes it doesn't need to be a vicious cross check in order for it to take somebody off balance. And and he just got the extra. So Wilk is going to get 2 for cross checking, and then he's going to get the misconduct for the words after the fact.
So
4 minutes. We're giving him 4 minutes. So 2 minutes for the cross check, and then I think 2 for unsportsmanlike.
Yep. Like how he teed him up like it was basketball.
Yeah. You know, Wilk was talking the entire way to the penalty box and said something. Something to the official and
whatever
got himself the extra 2.
Yeah, he won the prize. Oh, now 4 minutes on the board. So for all intents and purposes, the Bulldogs here will be killing off a penalty almost for the remainder of the game. 5:05 to go. That one just goes wide of Richardson. There's a chance for Bulldogs to add on. And a couple players sitting with a pair of goals, Adam Donnelly and Kane Sell. So if you're on hat trick watch, Aaron.
And then Corbett for the Bulldogs as well.
Bulldogs,
so you got 3 players sitting on 2 goals right now.
Corbett has both goals for the Bulldogs. As that one's iced. We'll have a offensive zone draw for the Eagles. It'll be Madigan taking it. Corbett tries to throw it out the center. He does. Edmondson will get it. Throw it across ice near boards to Rutherford. Rutherford stick handles inside the zone. Kept in, thrown towards the net, but goes wide. Johnson will play it. Kept in. Spin move by Edmondson. Now trying to get it to Flynn over at the near point. He'll get it, throw it down low. There's Rutherford. Rutherford pulling the puck off that near wall between the circles. Madigan. Shot towards the net, goes wide. Good puck possession time here for the Eagles. Just haven't been able to get it on the net.
Still 40 seconds left on the first penalty, and now there's going to be another penalty called on the Bulldogs here, so they're going to be shorthanded for a full 2 minutes.
So 3:49 to go, and heading to the box. Slashing call. It's our second slashing call of the game.
It's Corbett.
So Corbett off. Corbett and Wilk, that's a pair of talented players in the box for the Bulldogs. It'll be Nichols on the draw against Klukeys. 5-on-3 power play for the Eagles. Zuschel over to Lehman. Lehman back to Zuschel between the circles. Now Klukeys. Klukeys has Donnelly's to his right. He fires the shot. Glove save made by Sanchez and a little tap to Baltez to let him know he's there.
And Bulldogs did a pretty good job, 5-on-3, keeping the Eagles on the outside there and allowing Sanchez to see that shot all the way through.
Zuschel back to Lehman. Lehman top of the near circle. Oh, he hit that wide open net.
Yeah.
On the right.
Little out of position with Sanchez. He was giving up a lot of that right side of the net.
Now Lehman will dump it down low. Klukeys firing it over to Baldes between the circle. His shot went wide. Donnelly. Thrown over to the near wall. Klukeys will intercept. Klukeys circling behind the net.
So the first penalty is up on Wilk. So if the Eagles score, Wilk will come out of the box now.
Shot, that stick save made by Sanchez goes into the near corner.
Played with a high stick is the
Gotcha.
call.
So the puck face-off come out to the neutral zone. Nope, will go into the Eagle zone. 2:43 to go in the game. 54 seconds on the penalty to Corbett and a minute 31 remaining for Wilk. Johnson, now Kim, neither shot got through. Now up ice go the Eagles. Still the 5-on-3 advantage, Sell. Sell circling around, shot goes high.
Yeah, he wants that third, Eric.
I don't blame him. He's out there now. Kane Sell tried to dump it down low. It was picked off by the Bulldogs. Kept in nicely by Coleman. Sherwood, now Zuschel. Zuschel fires. That one goes behind the net.
I think he got a piece of it.
Lehman throws it on net. Glove save made with Kane Sell right on the doorstep, trying to deflect that one down.
So it looks like the Eagles are going to get out of here with a W, so they'll get that ride home back to St. Louis. It's about 4.5 hours, roughly, down to St. Louis. So be a good drive back home for some of these youngsters as they'll get the victory here today.
I'll check on that for you.
Effort.
Yeah.
Another shot and another glove save as Eric efforts.
I'm efforting.
Efforting Lincolnwood to St. Louis. I believe it's about 4.5 hours. It's about 2.5 down to Springfield, and then about another hour and a half from Springfield to St. Louis.
No, it's interesting. They don't have this game on their schedule.
Well, they're certainly playing it.
I know. Shot glove save made by Sanchez, and then he'll hold on with Sherwood in the vicinity. I was looking to see if they're playing a second game today.
Okay.
But the next game on their schedule says December 6th. It goes from November 22nd to December 6th. So maybe they had another game or something. They moved out. I don't know. No, they couldn't be because we've had this one on our schedule for a while.
4 hours and 40 minutes.
Okay.
That was right there.
You were efforting for distance traveled.
Yes.
Minute 35 to go. 6-2 lead for the St. Louis Eagles as Corbett now out of the box. Corbett looking for the Hattie. Fires it on net. Save made by Brody Richardson. 7 seconds remaining on the penalty to Wilk, and then he'll be set free. Shot does not get through. And now Wilk back on the ice. Here comes Nichols. Nichols trying to find Corbett. Corbett in too tight. Centering attempt. Who's going to get it? And it's Lehman throws it on net. Steered aside by Richardson. I think the Bulldogs just trying to maybe get Corbett. No, he's skating off, so just trying to get a late goal at this point. Inside the zone, puck taken away by Melendez. Melendez pushes it forward to Nichols. Good back pressure there, however, by the Eagles. It was Sam Wizcon. And now Madigan. Madigan with 25 seconds remaining. Madigan, backhand attempt. That hit the post. That hit the right post. And then it's cleared. Nichols between a defender. Between another defender and then tried to stuff it in. Good effort by Nichols, now side of the net, shot, and another save made by Brody Richardson. So Nichols doing everything he can to get that third goal, but Richardson said no.
And Nichols with some fancy stick work to get clear, and by the time he had the puck, he was in really deep and couldn't tuck it inside the near post. So it looks like this one's going to end 6-2. We got 3.5 seconds left.
That'll about do it. Johnson tried to get the shot on net, does not get through, and the horn sounds, and that'll finish up our game here from the Heartland Ice Arena. Again, your final score, the St. Louis Eagles 6 and the host Chicago Bulldogs 2 for the Eagles. They'll improve to 8-9 with 2 overtime wins, 16 points now. And then for the Bulldogs, they fall to 2-10 with 1 overtime loss. They remain at 5 points.
It was a fun game. Fun one today. 6-2 final, but a lot of action both ways and just too much offense from the Eagles today.
Yeah, and we did see really good goaltending play, even from Sanchez, despite the fact that he let up 6. You can't put all those on him, but a good game nonetheless, but a good road win for the St. Louis Eagles. That'll do it for Aaron and I here at the Heartland Ice Arena. Again, final score, St. Louis Eagles 6, and Chicago Bulldogs 2. And stay tuned for more Central State's action coming the following weekend right here on Stream Sports Midwest. So long, everyone.